I decided to perform an experiment. What I did is I read the first page of a fairly technical paper. It's a computer science paper. It's wordy, okay? That's all I need to know. Then I timed how long it took me to do that, and I multiplied that by how many pages there were in the whole document. Then that gave me the amount of time it would or should take me to read the whole thing. And as you'll see, it turned out to be just about spot on. And that is nice to know, because then you can chunk off some time of your day and not procrastinate and not worry. And this is a really powerful method. It took me 2 minutes and 50 seconds to read the following passage. Now, I read this aloud as to be more thorough and to be consistent. And obviously there's a lot of things that can go wrong with an experiment like this, but it's obviously a slower time than I could read it if I didn't read it aloud. But I do think in general it will work out. So the next question we have to ask ourselves is, how many pages are there? And will this time here be the average for each page? Or if I multiply it by the pages, will it be how long it takes me to read the whole document? So we're going to find out. This document, at least the portion that I'm reading, has 7 pages. So we simply take 250, we convert it into minutes, which is basically 100, or sorry, we convert it into seconds, which is about 170 seconds. We multiply 170 by 7, getting 700 plus 490, which gives us 1,190 if I'm not mistaken. And we can divide that by 60 if we want and get it back into minutes. So we take 1190 divided by 60, and this should take us roughly 19.83 or 20 minutes to read this paper. So we're going to see if that is true. We're going to resume the watch from this time and just keep going and see how long it takes us. So it did actually take me 20 minutes, 18 seconds to read this whole thing, kind of slowly aloud, but you get the idea. And that's amazing because that is exactly what I predicted. So while, it's not going to be perfect, you're going to have little charts, graphs, drawings, who knows, some pages will take you longer. It's really a helpful and powerful thing, providing you don't get really hung up on one concept forever, which happens to me. However, this is pretty awesome to realize. So you read the first page, or a page that is like the rest of the article in terms of density and complexity. So how many words are on the page, or how difficult the ideas are for you to comprehend. It's kind of a lot of guesswork, but regardless, you're going to want to time it. And then you take that time and you multiply it by the number of pages there are. That gives you your estimated reading time. And of course it's not perfect, but as I just showed, and I'm being quite honest, this is my first time doing it, but it worked out pretty well. Now, you can use this. This is not just some simple whoop-de-doo calculation. You can use this to overcome procrastination, because when you get something like this, and it's like, read all that, you're like, I really don't want to, it's going to take forever. Knowing how long, approximately, that it will take you to read it is incredibly, incredibly important. So basically, you can save a lot of time. You can save a lot of time if you don't procrastinate, and that's when you really waste time. So by multiplying out how long it's going to take you, you can just block out that time and do it and know, hey, that's only 7:26. That's not so bad, and it started at 7. It's not bad at all. And I did this whole experiment. Whereas if you're like, oh, I don't know how long it'll take me, you're going to sit here, fart around on YouTube for hours and get nothing done. So this is why this is such a good idea.